Coco Chanel, Story of Love, Fashion, and Courage. Gabrielle Bonheur Coco Chanel, a name that revolutionized the fashion world, an icon who shaped 20th century style. But who was Coco Chanel, really? What's the story behind this legend? Today, we take you on a fascinating journey through the life and words of one of the most influential women of all time. Coco Chanel was more than a designer. She was a trailblazer, a woman who defied social conventions and redefined femininity. With her bold vision and fearless spirit, she transformed fashion from a rigid tradition into a living art, creating pieces that still embody timeless elegance and effortless sophistication. Get ready to uncover a story of determination, creativity, and an unmistakable passion for style. Before diving into the extraordinary story of Coco Chanel, I invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, Quotes of Style. Here, you'll find the most fascinating and inspiring stories from the world of fashion, along with quotes that have defined eras and styles. Click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming exclusive videos. Thank you. Now, let's dive into Coco Chanel's world and discover how her vision of fashion, the poetry in her details, and her entrepreneurial instinct shaped a unique style, leaving an indelible mark on fashion history. Born on August 19, 1883, into a modest family in Saumur, France, Gabrielle Chanel didn't have an easy childhood. After her mother's death, her father abandoned her and her siblings at an orphanage. It was here that Gabrielle learned to sew, an art that would change her life forever. Raised within the austere walls of the Aubazine orphanage, young Gabrielle found comfort and hope in the hum of sewing machines and the touch of fabric in her hands. In a place where discipline and rigidity were the norm, she began to develop the self-discipline and resilience that would shape her future career. Despite the hardships and deprivation, Gabrielle never stopped dreaming. She was determined not to let her birth circumstances define her. Her passion for fashion and her sewing skills became her refuge, a way for her to imagine a future beyond the shadows of her past. Each stitch and fabric moment fueled her ambition, igniting a vision that would one day revolutionize fashion, changing it forever. At the age of 20, Gabrielle left the orphanage to work as a seamstress and a cafe singer, adopting the nickname Coco from her days on stage. This important phase of her life allowed her to connect with different environments and gain the early experiences that would ultimately lead her to success. The young Coco Chanel, with her bold spirit and unwavering determination, began to make her way into the fashion world. With the support of Arthur Boy Capel, her great love, she had the opportunity to open her first boutique in Paris in 1910, marking the beginning of an extraordinary career that would go on to radically transform the fashion world. During World War I, Coco Chanel continued to innovate. Opening a boutique in Deauville in 1913, followed by another in Biarritz, allowed her to expand her influence. Her talent for creating simple yet sophisticated designs reflected the social shift of the time, as women sought greater freedom and practicality. Her creations weren't just clothes. They were statements of independence and female empowerment. Fashion reflects the times we live in, even if, when the times are dull, we prefer to forget it, she once said. With this mindset and her unbreakable courage, she went on to revolutionize the fashion world. Coco Chanel was not just a fashion designer, she was a woman who loved deeply. Her life, marked by extraordinary success and passionate relationships, was also filled with profound sorrow. The death of Boy Capel in a car accident in 1919 was a devastating blow, but rather than letting it break her, she found the strength to push forward. In 1921, she launched her iconic perfume, Chanel No. 5, an instant triumph that became a symbol of elegance and style. Happiness is the scent of the soul, she believed, and with this philosophy, she continued to create designs that embodied her pursuit of beauty and joy. Her relationship with Boy Capel deeply influenced her vision of fashion, driving her to craft garments that reflected her strong, independent spirit. To be irreplaceable, one must be different, she often said, a principle she lived by in both her work and her life. The 1930s brought both success and challenges for Coco Chanel. By then, her influence on fashion was undeniable. Her designs were worn by the most influential women in the world, from Hollywood icons like Greta Garbo and Marlene Dietrich to European royalty. Her clean lines and elegant simplicity became synonymous with style and sophistication. However, with the outbreak of World War II, Coco Chanel was forced to close her boutiques, saying it was no time for fashion. This marked a period of deep turmoil in both her personal and professional life. Accusations of collaborating with the Nazis, fueled by her relationship with German officer Hans Günther von Dinkleg, cast a shadow over her public image and questioned her loyalty. It was a tough time, but with her fearless spirit and resilience, Coco Chanel found strength in adversity, proving true style is about character, not just fashion. After World War II, Coco Chanel's situation became even more complicated. The accusations of collaborating with the Nazi regime led to a temporary arrest, though she was never formally charged. This was an incredibly difficult period for Chanel, as her reputation was severely damaged and her future in the fashion world was uncertain. The war years had reshaped the social and political landscape, and Coco Chanel faced not only public criticism, but also ostracism from many of her former friends and clients. To escape the hostile climate and ongoing controversies, she temporarily withdrew to Switzerland, living in relative isolation. This self-imposed exile became a time of reflection and reinvention. Despite the turbulent times, her determination and indomitable spirit never wavered. Coco Chanel held firmly to her philosophy of life and fashion. Fashion fades, only style remains. This mantra guided her through even the darkest moments, reminding her that true style is timeless and that her creations would outlast any adversity. In 1954, Coco Chanel made a triumphant return to the world of fashion. Now in her 70s, she proved that passion and talent have no age. Her new collection, initially met with mixed reviews, soon won over the public. This comeback not only reaffirmed her status in the fashion world, but also marked a new chapter in her career, one filled with renewed energy and creativity. This chapter of her life is a testament to her extraordinary ability to rise above adversity. With her unmatched sense of style and innovative vision, Coco Chanel once again proved to be an unstoppable force. Her story, marked by challenges and triumphs, continues to inspire generations of women and designers around the world. Coco Chanel passed away on January 10, 1971, in her apartment at the Ritz Hotel in Paris. It was the place she had called home for years, a symbol of her refined taste and timeless elegance. Even in her final moments, she remained surrounded by the luxury and sophistication that had defined her life. Her legacy, however, was far from over. Her influence on fashion and style would continue to shape the world for generations to come. Her passing marked the end of an era, but also the beginning of an immortal legend, one that could turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Her legacy lives on today, not only in her iconic designs, but also in her words. I regret nothing in my life, except for what I didn't do. Coco Chanel proved that true elegance lies in simplicity and self-confidence, leaving an indelible mark on fashion and popular culture. The story of Coco Chanel is one of courage, resilience, innovation, and transformation. She was a woman who turned adversity into opportunity, who saw beyond the conventions of her time to create a new paradigm of beauty and femininity. With her unique style and unstoppable spirit, Coco Chanel proved that strength is built through failures, not success. And with that very spirit, she forever changed the face of fashion. Her legacy lives on today, not just in her iconic pieces, but also in her words. I regret nothing in my life, except for what I didn't do. Coco Chanel proved that true elegance lies in simplicity and self-confidence, leaving an everlasting imprint on fashion and popular culture. The story of Coco Chanel is one of courage, resilience, innovation, and transformation. It's the story of a woman who turned challenges into opportunities, who saw beyond the norms of her time and created a new paradigm of beauty and femininity. With her unique style and unstoppable spirit, Coco Chanel showed us that strength is earned through failure, not through success. And with that mindset, she forever changed the face of fashion. Thank you, Dot, and I'll see you in the next story.